This is the truth. If you can see it here, you can hold it here.
When you speak of your poverty and lack of education, Mr. Carnegie explained, you are simply directing your mind power to attract these undesirable circumstances. Because it is true that whatever your mind feeds upon, your mind attracts to you. Now you see why it is important that you recognize that all success begins with definiteness of purpose, with a clear picture in your mind of precisely what you want from life.
Why don't you set a goal to become a millionaire? And then he said, for what it will make of you to achieve it.
You can decide to be rich, and with God's help, it's highly doable. But you first have to think. The difference between successful people and non-successful people is here. If you want to be successful, you have to change this. This has to change.
Yep, you can see it, you can do it. But the beautiful truth is you can do anything. We got to know there is a place. There is a specific frequency. And if you get on that frequency, you're going to attract what you need to you. This is what it's all about. Why have you been endowed with such awesome powers? If you'll make a committed decision, this I'm going to do. And you don't have to know how. You do not have to know how. The second you make the committed decision, you flip your brain onto the frequency that you have to be on to attract what you have to attract to manifest the thing that you want.
You only have to take the first step. And as you take each step and resolve the difficulty that is immediately facing you, in the Bible there's a beautiful line that says, this one thing I do, forsaking all others. If you just do one thing, the superconscious will resolve the next and the next and the next. You take them one step at a time, like a hurdler takes one hurdle at a time, like a journey is one step at a time. The superconscious mind will automatically and continuously solve every problem on the path to your goal, exactly as you meet it and exactly in the way you require.
All you have to do today is pick up that phone and speak the words that I have taught you, and I will make you richer and the most powerful CEO in the United States of fucking America.
If I want greater wealth, I just have to see it coming into my life. I've been given a magnificent imagination, and through the use of my imagination, I can originate pictures in my mind. I can see myself in beautiful relationships. I can see myself experiencing wonderful success. I can see money coming to me through multiple sources on a continuous basis. You see, I dictate what I see.
The universe is listening to everything you say and everything you think and saying, okay, you can get that. So then it starts to bring you in and bring things into you. And I know this sounds far-fetched, but it's amazing how it works. If you do a good general positive statement for yourself, the universe will figure out how to manifest that, how to bring that about in your life. So things could happen that you wouldn't expect at all, but they will happen. If you think of doing your positive affirmations, it's like planting a seed in the ground. It's not necessarily true at the moment, but it is something you want to have be true.
Write it down. Put some faith on it. And then get ready to go to work. Sit up and you can believe in God all you want, but if you don't work, man, it ain't going to happen. Because he told you that, though. He said faith without works is dead. I'm just asking you, man, to try something new. If you've tried everything, it ain't worked for you. I'm just asking you, just try writing it down. Just try writing it down. Go home and read Habakkuk 2 and 2 and see if you don't get the feeling he's talking to you. After you write it down, I want you to put some faith on it. When you put some faith on it, I want you to work for it. I want you to believe in your heart that you will have it.
The truth is, you must keep going. I repeat, keep going. Why? Because you deserve to see what happens when all your hard work pays off. Keep going because you're stronger than you think. Keep going because each step forward brings you one step closer to your goals. Keep going because the best is yet to come. You need to understand, You can't win all the time. And unless you lose, you haven't even tried. And if you fail, at least you'll fail falling forwards. For you know, life is full of unexpected twists and turns. Things happen that you don't expect, that you could never have expected. So don't get too confident, even arrogant when you succeed, when you win and you're on a high. Equally important, you mustn't allow yourself to get down when you lose or fail.
Frequency. This refers to the number of times that you visualize a particular goal as achieved, of yourself performing in an excellent way in a particular event or circumstance. Repeat a clear mental picture of your very best performance or result, the more rapidly it will appear as part of your reality.
What do you want to do in your life? Where do you want to go? What do you want to make happen? What do you want to make happen for between now and the end of the year? Think about it for a moment. Don't think of why you can't. Doesn't matter how much money you've got. Doesn't matter how much help you've got. Build a vision of what you would like to accomplish between now and the end of the year. And then make a written description of that vision. Paint the picture with words. You can go either way with this. You can start writing the picture and it'll come on the screen of your mind. Or build a picture and then paint it with words.
And the law of attraction is one that works like this. You get back from the universe, from the world, what it is that you put out there. If you're putting out there into the world that I am not worthy of attracting something beautiful into my life, the universe will respond back to you with exactly that message. It's all there for you. But if you believe inside that it's limited, that you can only get so much, that other people are going to get it before you do, then you'll find yourself creating that very same thing.
Your subconscious mind is only activated by commands that are stated in the present, positive, personal tense. So again, instead of writing a goal such as, I am going to lose weight in the months ahead, you would write, I weigh X number of pounds by a certain date. Instead of saying, I will earn more money over the next year, you would say, I earn X number of dollars by such and such a date. The more specific you can be in terms of what you want and when you want to achieve it, expressed in the positive, present tense, and beginning with the word I, the more powerful the effect will be on your subconscious mind. Goals written and stated in this way activate the laws of expectation and the law of attraction. They cause you to develop new beliefs about what is possible for you. They also activate the laws of emotion and correspondence. They increase your energy and stimulate your creativity. As a result, you start to move more rapidly toward the achievement of your goals, and they begin to move more rapidly toward you.
When you know what you want and you make a committed decision, you are on an exciting trip. See, when you see yourself with what you want, you put your mind on the frequency that it has to be on, and you're going to attract everything you need, and you'll get it right on schedule. Not when you want it, probably. You'll get it as you need it. Do you know the only prerequisite to getting what you want? Is you got to want it.
Well, the law of attraction is that our thinking creates and brings to us whatever we think about. As though every time we think a thought, every time we speak a word, the universe is listening and responding to us. That's why we want to be very careful of what we say. We don't want to put ourselves down. We don't want to make ourselves less than. We don't want to say, oh, it'll never work for me, or I'm not good enough, because that's what the universe hears and returns to you. You have to start saying things that you'll feel really good about yourself. I love who I am. I love life. Life loves me. It's going to be smooth and easy. Life works for me. And you just start doing that. It's planting seeds. You're not going to get it the first day, but you plant a seed and you water it and you continue the affirmations, and things start to shift and change in your life.
Albert Einstein said imagination is everything. It's the preview to life's coming attractions. Everything you imagine is God showing you a preview of a coming attraction he has for you. So if you've been imagining that you're going to be rich one day, it's because God wants you to be rich. Now, when you going to ask him for it, and are you going to wait for it to happen? Or are you going to lose faith? That's the key. You have to believe in something that you can't see. You have to believe you don't see no way how. You have to buckle down and keep believing. God is always coming.
You want to be consciously aware of the energy in the environment you're in. It's very important. And you want to stay in a very good vibration. When you're in a good vibration, good ideas flow into your mind. You'll see a better way of doing whatever you're doing. You'll improve whatever you're doing. And that's really what you want. You want to get magnificent results. Make good things happen.
Keep it right in your head. Keep your thoughts good, not bad. Keep your thoughts decent, not indecent. Keep your thoughts full of faith and not doubt, because it is in your thoughts that is determined whether you will be happy or unhappy, whether you'll be healthy or unhealthy. The happiest person is he who thinks the happiest, most interesting, finest thoughts. And that is a fact.
The law of attraction is a secondary law. It's not a primary law. It's a secondary law. The primary law is the law of vibration. If you're not on the frequency, you're not going to attract it. The image you impress upon the subconscious controls your vibration, yet the vibration controls what you attract. See, it dictates the frequency you're on. You can only attract what's on the frequency. You've got to get emotionally involved with this new image. You've got to see it happening. If you dial someone's number, you're not going to get me. You got to dial my number to get me. If I don't dial your number, I'm not going to get you.
Manifesting is not thinking thoughts and then hoping that they come true. Thoughts become things only when your thoughts inspire you to take the actions to get those things. That's where manifesting comes in. Manifesting is preparing your mind, body, and spirit to help you take the actions to get those things. Manifesting is socializing your mind, preparing your mind, rehearsing your mind to help you take the steps before you take the steps so that you can get what you want. When you use manifesting properly, what you do is you remove the obstacles of self-doubt, of resistance, of being cautious, of focusing on tiny minutia, of feeling blank and overwhelmed. You remove all that crap and you retrain your mind and you retrain your nervous system and you retrain your spirit to help you get the things that you want in life.
Brain all of a sudden is receiving an enormous amount of energy. So we've discovered relaxed in the heart and awake in the brain. And that process of transformation is your willingness to sit past that thought, past that emotion, keep training the animal, and sooner or later you can recondition it to a new mind.
Be grateful for who you are. Be grateful that you know something about yourself. I am a spiritual being. I live in a physical body. I correspond with the material universe. I attract to me whatever's in harmony with me. And you see, if you concentrate on the good, and you concentrate on nothing but good coming to you, that's what's going to come. Focus on the good that you desire. Start to see it coming into your life. And a couple of times a day, sit down, let yourself relax, and give thanks for all the good that's coming into your life. And see all the good that you want coming into your life. But have a deep feeling of gratitude.
Money does not exist. Did you know that? I learned that years ago from a very wealthy man. I was free from money that day. He says money is an idea. It's in your head. It's an idea. You are supposed to work for purpose, not money. If you find your purpose, money will find you. If you're not in your purpose, you haven't found your purpose, you're still working for money. Money's your cause.
What would you tell a 20-year-old who wants to become a millionaire?
I'd say take the money out of the equation. Focus on one thing only. Try to find something you do very, very well. And then practice the hell out of it until you become very, very, very good at it. And then you don't have competition. And money automatically comes with being the top.
The more trust you have in your superconscious mind, the faster it works for you. And the more calm and confident you absolutely believe that something will show up. And the more you practice with it and the more confidence you have, the faster it works for you. Pretty soon it gets to the point where you can think a thing and realize it very, very quickly. I used to do this when I was first understood this, when long-distance charges were very high back in the 80s, is I would visualize a person I needed to talk to on the other side of the country, and they would phone me. And I could do this over and over again. Rather than me phoning them for 30 or 60 minutes, I'd visualize and they'd phone me. I just put it into the superconscious mind and I say, he or she will call by 11:30. By 11:30, the phone rings. And do this over and over again. And the more confidence you have that it will work, the more rapidly it works for you. It merely requires a step of faith, a mental step of faith.
You can manifest absolutely anything that you want in this life. But you've got to deeply, deeply imagine it. You have to imagine you are there. You have to feel the feeling of where you are, smell the smells, listen to the sounds. You have got to trick your mind and body into believing it is real. It will put an imprint on the universe and it will pull you towards it.
If you say it enough times, it will become so. It really will, because you will be changing your thinking. It'll change your belief about yourself.
Okay.
And when your belief about yourself changes, the way the universe reacts to you will change. I think of life as a boomerang. What you give out, you're going to get back. Just like every time you throw a boomerang out, it's going to come right back at you. And so what we believe about ourselves and about life is going to become true for us.
What come out your mouth is what's going to come back to you. It's the law of attraction. All men are dogs. You finna meet all of them. I never get nobody. You're not. I can't lose this weight. You sure ain't. I'm gonna get fit this year. Strong possibility. I'll never be rich. Promise you, you won't. I'm gonna be rich one day. Strong possibility. That's how it works, man. It is the law of attraction. The moment you say it, you begin to change. It's the process. If you think big, you'll be big. If you think small, you'll be small.
There is no way that I would have even gotten out of the car without having been manifesting for 8 months prior to finding that farmhouse with the big wrap porch on a great piece of property right outside of Boston. It was seeing it, feeling it in my mind, body, and spirit that made my mind believe that it was possible. And when you believe that something is possible, you will do the work and you will stay open to all of the amazing possibilities that come into your life to make it happen.
You've talked to everyone in the world who is successful. What would you say is the one common characteristic that you find gets people to where they want to go?
People get to where they want to go because they know where they want to go.
Oh, wow.
And most people don't know where they want to go. A lot of people are going and being driven by what they think they should do,
right,
what other people say they should do, what they have carried in their mind for a long time they should do. But the most important question you can ever ask yourself is, what do I really want?
Wow.
And the answer to that, once you can establish for yourself what the answer to that is, and have everything you do, every choice you make, move you in the direction of what you say your vision is.
Right.
Yeah. And when you do that, the forces of light rise up to meet you. The reason why most people have such chaotic lives is because they're living in chaos in their head. And as soon as you get clear, it clears up.
So let's just say that you can contact the emotions of your future and you teach your body what it feels like emotionally. If you're able to do that, you will begin to see the feedback in your life. In a sense, when energy makes it to the heart, it begins to broaden the field around the body. An energy that's literally measurable, a magnetic field. And that energy is a frequency. And that frequency can carry the thought of your health, of your wealth, of your freedom, of your new relationship, of your new job. So then when there's a vibrational match between the energy, because we're always emitting energy and information, when there's a vibrational match between your energy and some possibility that exists in the quantum field, something magical happens, because once energy makes it to your heart, you're creating from the field instead of from matter. Now this weird thing starts to happen and things start coming to you.
You create your future by envisioning it, by visualizing your goal is already completed, by seeing it nothing but net every time. The body starts to respond and adjust itself to create the result. So one of the great success techniques is people that are super successful are often called visionaries, and the reason is they close their eyes and they see the future. When you visualize what it is you want, it opens up your perceptual filter to let in more information. You'll only see enough to match your vision. If you think you're a $100,000 a year person, you're going to see just enough to make you $100,000 a year. If you think you're a $300,000 a year person, you're going to see just enough to do that. Perception is controlled by your beliefs and your goals.
Money is just a reflection of the energy that you're living inside.
is a reflection of the value that you're bringing to the world. When you look at money from a perspective of love, of you wanting to give yourself, your family, your friends, and everybody that you love a wonderful experience called life, then you look at it from a different perspective and you say, you know what? Man, life is beautiful. I want to live an incredible, beautiful life. And that means that I want to live life on my terms and I want to do what I want. So that means that I have to unravel myself. I have to work on myself. I have to heal myself. And I've got to get myself into a space where I could find my true life's purpose. And I can offer that purpose to human beings. And in exchange for that purpose, the energy exchange is called money. You see, that's a much different perspective. It's a healthy perspective.
Any thought, any plan, any goal, any idea that you can hold continuously in your mind must be brought into reality by the superconscious. This is the reason for the greatness of every man and woman who ever lived, every great leader, writer, author, poet, or business person, and you can tap into this at will simply by defining with crystal clarity exactly what it is you want and then thinking only about what you want, keeping your mind only on what you desire and keep it off of everything else until it comes into your reality.
I would say the number one reason to be an entrepreneur is not about money. The number one reason to be an entrepreneur is personal development. And if you're not developing personally, you can not make it as an entrepreneur. Let me put it to you in dollar and cents. You know, there's a lot of people who can't make $1,000. And the reason they can't make $1,000 is because mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, they're not capable of making $1,000, whatever the case is. For many people out there with a $1,000 problem, they're not going to solve the problem until they personally develop themselves mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically to be bigger than a $1,000 problem.
The door between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind opens up as we get beyond our analytical mind. And our analytical mind is actually what separates the conscious mind from the subconscious mind. So as you slow your brain waves down and you get into alpha, you're entering the operating system. And that's where you can rewrite a new program. That's where you can rehearse a new script. Some people can get to the point where they're so relaxed that the body's in a light sleep, and yet they're conscious and awake, and now they're in this theta brainwave pattern. And in theta, that's a hypnotic state. We're very suggestible to our thoughts. We're very suggestible to information in that state. And that state then is where we see the most change take place. The person can literally change from the inside out when they learn how to get into the operating system.
Money is not our issue. The mindset of money is our issue. If you don't have a mindset for money, then trading stocks and options wouldn't be the game for you, because you're not going to know how to manage your risk. You're not going to have the discipline to be able to stay out of the market when necessary. You're not understanding money in its totality. So when you got the mindset of money coupled with the skill of making money, this is what equals a wealthy person. This is what allows a person to be able to build wealth throughout their generations.
Your thoughts create your life, and so you have to think positive thoughts all the time. You have to force yourself to think positive thoughts at times. And so I do a lot of different affirmations. I am open and receptive to all the goodness and abundance the universe has to offer. I am in perfect health. My children are in perfect health. We are safe. We are whole. I am whole. I am good on my own. I love myself. I love you, Jennifer. I love the universe. The universe loves me. God loves me. I am youthful and timeless at every age. I am enough.
Everything changed for me when I understood this philosophy. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. That's the simple philosophy that changed my life forever, starting age 25. If you work hard on your job, you can make a living, which is fine. If you work hard on yourself, you can make a fortune, which is super fine. I didn't mind working hard on my job, but things didn't seem to change that much. Then I started working hard on myself to qualify. Success is something you attract. Success is not something you pursue. It's something you attract by becoming attractive. And the whole scope of this we call now personal development. You can have more than you've got because you can become more than you are. If you can multiply your value by 3, by 5, you can easily multiply your income by 3, by 5, by 10. But the key to doing it is to work hard on yourself. Be responsible, be a growing, attractive, powerful, skillful, communicating human being, and the world belongs to you.
People demand success, but refuse to work weekends. People want opportunity, but won't talk to strangers. People claim ambition, but sleep in every day. We are the result of our actions, not our aspirations.
I think once you've actually learned how to try, really try one thing for an extended period of time, every single day, and taken all of your discretionary effort and your money and your time and your resources and put it towards just doing that thing, number one, you realize how few things you can really do well because of the amount of time that it takes. The second thing is you realize how easy it is to beat everyone else because of how few of them actually do that.
If you want to attract what you actually want, you've got to see yourself now already with it. And know it's only a period of time until you moving toward it and it moving toward you, and you become one with it.
The more you're grateful for, the more God will give you to be grateful for. Wake up every morning and just start thanking Him for just your life, your kids, your job, your house, your food, your clothes, your money, your car, your husband, your boyfriend. And then immediately after that, you'll have a better day. And then watch, He start giving you more stuff.
Money is energy, and energy can never stay stagnant. I see this law where people make money and they're so afraid to spend that money. They're so afraid to circulate that money back into the economy. They're so afraid to release that energy, and they're living in such scarcity mindset that they just end up losing it all somehow. Or they may not lose it, but more money never flows to them. Money is energy. It's inflow and it's outflow. And that doesn't mean that everything that comes in must go out. No. In fact, especially in your 20s, you should be saving and investing majority of the money that you make. But never hoard that money, because if you do, the money becomes stagnant and you have cut off the flow of energy.
But no matter how much you have, whatever your container it is, and no matter how much you're taking from the ocean of life, and even though we're all standing there, we're not robbing each other, and there's plenty for everyone. And no matter how much we take, there is no way we're going to run that ocean dry. It's absolutely impossible. And if you can see yourself standing at the ocean of life in the same way, and remember, the container that you have is your consciousness, and you can always change your consciousness. And it doesn't matter if you came from poverty. Doesn't matter where you came from, and it doesn't even matter what your parents' beliefs were, or if they came from the Depression or whatever, because it's your consciousness and what you're choosing to think and believe about prosperity and your ability to deserve it is what's going to create it for you.
If you make the effort to sit down and design a new life, and you make it the most important thing, and you spend time every day feeding it like a gardener feeds a seed, you will produce fruit. It may take some time in the beginning, and it may take some time in developing the art to control your mind from all the things that it needs to do. But most people stop because they look for the results in their world after a small amount of effort. And when they don't see those results, they immediately discount its possibility. And yet, right on the other side of that is the potential still existing. We're lazy as human beings. If we don't get our quick, immediate fix on what we need, we're impatient. We should be willing to sit down and take a piece of our day and set it aside and give thanks that we have life, and then begin to design a new possible future for ourselves.
Control your vibration. Control the flow. There's an energy flowing to and through you. And when it flows into your consciousness, it has no form. Our thinking gives it form. And as we internalize it, it controls the vibration the body's in. Keep the body in a good vibration, and you're going to be working the way you want to work, doing the things you want to do.
Anything that you can actually think and feel that you are worthy of must come to you. Anything that you can honestly think and feel that you deserve must come to you. Anything that you feel you do not deserve, that you're not worthy of, you automatically cut yourself off from that good.
If I want to attract a lot of money, I got to see myself with a lot of money. I got to mentally accept I've already got it. I don't let my bank account dictate that. I choose that. So choosing myself to see myself with the good I already desire, I'm on that frequency. Now the trick is to stay on that frequency. Most people look at the results and they let the results dictate the frequency they're on. That's why they keep getting the same results. They have the image in their mind. They're already reached the goal they want. They're already successful. And somebody else comes along and says, well, you haven't got those results. In my mind, I have. But they're not looking in my mind. They're looking at my present results. And then pretty soon I start listening to them. I think, God, they're right. I look at my results. I haven't got it. Do you see why we keep getting this poor results? You've got to see yourself with the good you desire. You've got to hold that image in your mind. You've got to know it's going to come, and that will attract everything that's necessary.
Thoughts are not just staying inside you. All living things are hearing you all the time. And we know this from the work of 𝐓𝐡𝐞 𝐏𝐻𝐿. Baxter was an expert in lie detection, but he was bored one night, and he had developed these lie detector equipment. This was back in the 1960s, when a lie detection was a set of electrodes that you would attach to your fingers, and it would have a readout with a pen. Baxter got the brainwave to attach this thing to one of his plants. He wanted to find out what would happen when he was going to water the plant. So he did this, and the plant, if the plant was a human being, the plant was actually registering boredom, water again. So what he did was he said, okay, I gotta do something drastic. So he thought to himself, I think I'll burn its leaf. Now, the plant suddenly went mental. It started going like this. So Baxter thought to himself, oh my God, that plant has just read my thoughts. So he ran, he got the match, he was thinking about it, he lit the match, he didn't even burn the leaf, but the plant was going crazy until he blew out the match, plant calmed down again.
The ultimate realization that brings money to you, here it is. I am money. Whatever you add to I am, you become. Whatever you add to I am is added unto you. Let the weak say, I am strong. If you don't understand that, you will think that you're being told to lie. What does it mean? That is the nature of the law. If you say, I am weak, the Lord of the law will give you weak.
Focus on what you want, but don't try and tell the universe how it's going to happen. Don't tell them that I'm going to do this and this is going to happen. I go, no, you just focus on what you want. The intelligence of the supercomputer, the subconscious supercomputer, it will handle it unless you put your hands into the machine. I say, keep your hands out of the machine. The body knows what you want. You don't have to tell it how to get there. That's a big issue in our lives. I want to be successful. How? Oh, I got to do this. I got to do this. And I say, you're putting all these details in. It's like, no, don't focus on the details. You forgot what the end was. Let go of the control.
Whatever we say is what our life will be. And so if we are saying, I don't have enough money, then by law of attraction, we will not have enough money. We will continue to not have enough money. So what we have to do is we need to speak about what we want. And we need to talk about, for example, if it's money or if it's health, or if we're not feeling really great, then we can talk about what it feels like to be really well, instead of talking about not being well, right? Because if we're talking about not being well, we're attracting more of that, more of that, more of that.
Why is it that people are successful? It's simply this. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer. Why? It's because the rich think about wealth and affluence all the time. And what do the poor think about? The poor think about lack, loss, and limitation, risk, danger, fear, failure all the time.
Whenever you think of anything that causes you any concern, just say to yourself, I can do it. I can do that. I can do anything. I can do anything I put my mind to. Those are the magic words that eventually undercut and erode and wash away any fear that may be holding you back. And you repeat those over and over as affirmations, and you program them deep into your subconscious mind, and at a certain point you override all the negativity from your environment.
The law of attraction says this. It says that whatever you think about, focus on, fantasize about, worry about, talk about, attend to, watch on TV, listen to on the radio, you're going to create more of in your life, especially those things you feel intense feelings about. So when you're talking about how bad it is and you're not feeling good about it and you're really upset about it and you're down in the bar, talking about how terrible life is, what I call the Ain't It Awful Club. You know, people go there after work to the Ain't It Awful Club and complain about how miserable their life is. And when you do that, what happens is you actually create more of that because you're sending out a vibration. And that vibration is your thoughts and your feelings that are the result of those thoughts. And so we have to become conscious of our thoughts. We have to become conscious of our feelings. We have to become deliberate thinkers, deliberate creators.
There is a place. Don't let it fade. When your mind goes there, make up your mind it's going to stay there because it is a place. I don't care what the thought is. Doesn't matter what the image is. If your mind can go there, you can physically go there. Let's understand, frequency is a level of vibration. Everything vibrates. It's moving. Now it appears to be still. It isn't still. It's moving so fast it appears to be still. Every frequency is hooked up to the one above and the one below. There's no line of demarcation. Now, do you want to know what that means? You can go like that onto a higher frequency. But you can also go like that onto a lower frequency. Yet some people do that. But we think on frequencies. So we have to get that right in our mind. There's an energy flowing through our consciousness. We have what's called an inductive reasoning factor. That gives us the ability to you could pick up thoughts. There's actually thoughts floating around. Your thoughts, my thoughts, they're everywhere. Like if I have a thought, it's omnipresent. It's just as present in your mind as it is in mine. You may not be aware of it there, but so your inductive reasoning factor can choose a thought, or it can take this unadulterated creative power, pure spirit, and it can create a thought.